40 years ago, today, or around this time, a very special album was recorded over 3 days. So can you tell the people about that album?
It was a very seminal period in Uncle Miles' life. I mean, which all his recordings were, but you know, when he would record or play concerts, he would have like a sketch or something in his mind that he would want to record, right? As the recording went on, it formed itself, and he didn't set out to make like landmark albums. He just loved music so much that he just wanted to, you know, whatever was coming out of his head, he put it on to the public. So, I mean, it just happens to be like it's just a groundbreaking record because it's like kind of catapulted fusion, and Lenny White hates that word, but like rock, it meshed rock and jazz together, you know, which he hated labels too. So
right,
yeah.
When I was doing my homework, 3 days. It was recorded in 3 days. That's insane.
Well, when you have a sound in your head, and like he always had his visions before he went in the studio, and he kind of also experimented a little bit, you know, like different players, different grooves, different rhythms, you know. So, but I think he always knew what he wanted to do, and he wanted to take it in that direction, you know.
And he wanted that element of surprise.
Yeah,
right?
He wanted those electric instruments in there along with the horns, and you know, the different, you know, rhythms, and just, you know, and then once Tio Macero, the producer, got a hold of it, he edited it to the way you hear it now. Right,
and that was the production of it was.
That's a whole nother thing. You know, it's like you could have a whole panel on what Tio Macero's done with his productions. You know.
He was Pro Tools before Pro Tools was invented.
Tio Tools.
But so, what exactly are we here to? Are we celebrating it? Do we have a reissue? Tell me what the
the 40th anniversary commemorative release is coming out this summer with packaged with vinyl and DVD, informative book. You know, it's going to be really great. Last year we did the 50th anniversary of Kinda Blue, and we had, you know, really great package for that, and so it's going to be real cool. Coming out this summer.
What are some things that you find super interesting about this particular album?
Oh, about Bitches Brew? Well, you'll hear a lot of things that you've heard elsewhere that came after that record. You know, when I first heard it, I started recognizing things I heard in hip-hop and other, you know, jazz, rock, fusion kind of acts and stuff like that. So it'll be strangely familiar to someone who hasn't heard it before.
And you?
The recording was way ahead of its time, you know. And anything he ever did, I always thought he was forward thinking. So, you know, I mean, you know, me as an artist, as a musician, I'm still catching up. You know, I mean, Erin and I, there's a vast amount of music in the Sony vaults in New York, and it's like, man, it's, you know, because his recording method was to let the tape roll. So, man, I mean, it's like, you know, every time we revisit any of the music, we learn something new, and that's what we hope the public would do too. You know, there's fans, and you know.
Right. So, what on your most recent, you know, like when people listen to Dylan, you hear things differently because you're at a different spot in your life. You know, so what are you hearing recently when you listen to Miles's music?
Well, if I'm playing on it, I'm like, did I play that? I mean, it's just, you know, it's just, it's a learning curve, you know, for me and how to approach my music, or somebody we're working with, or Erin's doing scores and I'm doing productions and Erin's doing, I mean, it's the bar, it's like one of the highest levels of artistry. So, you know, that's the curve I would hope that everybody reaches for. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing.
And so you're here in Austin for South by Southwest, and are there, first of all, are you guys doing any performances at all, or just here?
I'm not planning on playing, but got invited to a couple jam sessions, so maybe, you know. I'm a little rusty, though, so.